One of the things that you said about your father was that he was an awesome man of God, but he wasn't the best father. And I think a lot of PKs can relate to that. The idolizing of their father because of what they do on Sunday, but the reconciling of what happens Monday through Saturday.
Through Saturday, yeah, man.
How do you not lose your relationship with God when you see an up close front and center view of the hypocrisy of faith or the hypocrisy of church? And I ask this because there are a lot of people who follow, my ministry, they follow the podcast, and they're like, I don't do church. I barely do Jesus because I have all of these wounds from the people who disappointed me in the past. And yet you have been open about your scars, but also how you still discovered God in the midst of it all. Was there just like this click for you that helped you to separate them? Or what do you say to yourself to overcome what you saw versus who God is?
What I did was, because I did walk away from God. I did say, you know what, I don't want to have anything to do with God. And and I did feel that church people are full of baloney. Like, we all have that, but then I had this realization that church people are just people,
Yeah.
like everyday people. And I think sometimes we place the church here when really we should look at it as being this place where we're all on a journey.
Yeah.
And I think when you're able to separate and conceptualize that we're all on a journey, and therapy, this is the thing I love about therapy that's so dope, is I can do a genogram in a session, and I can gain all the knowledge I need about your present behavior by learning about where you come from.
Mm.
Because the genogram tells me about your grandfather and your grandmother on both sides. And you can connect the dots to behavior, you can connect the dots to trauma, you can connect the dots to abuse, promiscuous behavior, rape. I mean, you can find all of that. And excuse me, what I realized is that my father had been rejected by my grandfather. And it was hard for him to really accept who I was, because there was a part of him that saw himself in me. And it makes it difficult for you to reconcile with what you didn't have,
Yeah.
because you're that there's this entitlement, right? And it's not a bad thing, because you're like, well, I didn't get that, why should I give it? But the more that we're able to reconcile and allow that space for new information, to allow that space for healing to truly take place, it becomes more than because we always talk about the forgiveness part, but it creates a space for understanding.